Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. Today, we got a double doozy of a project. We are of course doing the finale of Astrologaster today, as well as playing the Resident Evil Village gameplay demo. But first off, we gotta get a medical license, and we're almost there. Good old Simon Forman is almost there. So, with all that being said, let's just do it, gamers. Anyway, make sure I'm posting this all proper like. I am posting it all proper like. Alright. Oh, it's been a day. Let me tell you. Ooh! Ah, Sybil. Oh. Well, she's just a big dummy dumb, isn't she?
Good day, Mistress Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Forman.
Oh boy.
For I am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I see. Your face is a trifle red in colour. When did your troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay, 'twas at a luncheon. The one I gave this day. I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer, and I worry God is punishing me for my japery.
And what manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours?
Emma? Oh,
Describe
God.
the ruse to me.
Well, I came upon the idea when I took receipt of a trunk full of exotic goods from the New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Know you of my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue? He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
Of course.
I think you have mentioned him once or twice, madam.
The trunk contained a parcel of dried fruits. Full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish
Is this
explorers.
a hot pepper?
Capsicum icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
I am well known for serving the most original dishes at my table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit.
Oh, that's an
I
amazing.
served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
Icaramba mequema.
But I made sure Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself. And yet this ruse did not succeed, I take it.
Nay, it did not, Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
you, madam?
I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice. I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam. Let us now seek a solution to this mystery in the stars. What might explain the querent's affliction?
She had the habanero and she gave the bell pepper to Emma. Well, it should be easy. A short-lived attack of lusty passions. No. No. You're suffering from a kind of quinsy, caused by abundance of blood flowing to the head and throat. Can occasion swelling, fever, and redness of the face. And maybe she's having an allergic reaction.
One moment, madam, while I consult that Spanish book I mentioned earlier. The one recounting travels in the New World. Ah, yes. That is interesting.
What is interesting, Dr. Foreman?
The stars say you have quinsy, and this book confirms my suspicions as to what provoked it. Madam, 'tis not the larger fruits that occasion pain when consumed. 'Tis the small ones, such as the one you had baked into the pie for yourself.
You mean to say the smaller fruits are more dangerous than the larger ones?
Yep.
How strange! Verily, how topsy-turvy.
The pain will be gone by the morrow, but in the meantime, you may find relief by washing your mouth out with wine.
Burgundy wine? Or will an ordinary claret suffice?
Any wine will do, madam. God give ye good even, Mistress Fortescue.
There you go. Simple, simple. How many do I have? These do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Sybil also goes. So 6. So I need 2 more. Probably Emma and either Alice, Blog, or Mary Pink. Because I think I screwed up with Thomas. Somehow I screwed up with Thomas. Oh, ha! Who the hell are you? Well, Humphrey Bell, but who the hell are you? Hello, Chaz.
Good morrow, young sir. Methinks this is your first consultation, Mr.
Humphrey Bell, sir.
And how may I do you service this day, Mr. Bell?
I want to get lean in that.
You wish to become lean, you say? And why would you need to be any leaner than you are now?
Oh, boy.
You do not appear at all overplump. Indeed, you appear to be a young man in the full vigour of health.
Yay, but I do the lady parts though, innit?
You do the lady parts. Oh, I see. You are a player who plays feminine roles upon the stage. Yes, I think I recognize you now. You play for Lord Chamberlain's men, do you not? The company of players led by Will Shakespeare, Richard Burbage, and Will Kemp, among others.
Aye, sir. I play for them as a hired man, and next month I'm to play a fairy queen in a play we're doing for Lord Hunston at his daughter's wedding. But boss man Burbage says I'm too plump for the role.
Humphrey, your girth does make it difficult for an audience to imagine you getting up.
So you're going to accidentally tell them how to get thinner, regardless of whether you tell them a healthy option or not.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I think I understand. It would imperil the audience's suspension of disbelief, thus breaking the fourth wall, as you players so call it.
Ah, sir, indeed. Mr. Burbage worries much for them scenery walls, for he says my rear end is of such a size, 'tis liable to smash right through 'em. Anyways, Mistress Burbage...
Humphrey Bell is dummy
She
thick!
gets herself chunder after eating. Might you give me some herbs for that or something?
And Mistress Burbage would be Richard Burbage's wife, I presume. Well, to judge what would be most effective in your case, I shall need to consult the stars. What should Mr. Humphrey Bell do to become leaner?
Everybody was put down on urging from his fundament by inducing an imbalance of phlegm. Okay. Humphrey may induce upward purging from his stomach by consuming Canisico excrementum to induce an imbalance of choler. Humphrey's condition has been proved by chronic overconsumption of food. He must commit to underconsumption of food if he hopes... Oh, jeez. I mean, these all suck. Laxatives, bulimia, anorexia. Ugh. These all suck, but this one sucks the least, I suppose. Oh!
The solution is quite simple, Mr. Bell. If you would make yourself leaner, you have but to eat less.
Why would I need a doctor to tell me that, though? I need something to do it quicker than that, urgent-like. Know you what I mean?
Indeed. Sadly, I am familiar with the tendency of the young folk of this day to seek quick, easy fixes to their problems.
What about Mrs. Burbage and her chundering, though? Can I not have what she is taking?
Well, there are ways to induce imbalances in your body to purge itself, but doing so is not at all healthsome. For instance, I might have told you of the dangerous practice of taking goodly quantities of prunes and rhubarb to purge from the fundament, but that would have been negligent of me, for as a physician I cannot endorse...
Prunes and rhubarb? So I just eat them things. Easy.
Thank
you, Doctor. Give you a good day.
Hold, sir. I'd strongly advise against such a...
Oh. His doctoring is banging. Oh, hey Bob. Hey, Bobbert.
If Essex disobeys the Queen, she'll put him in the ground.
So the whole Ireland thing didn't go well.
Good day, my lord. I must own, your lordship's visit to my chambers does surprise me, for I'd believed, well, indeed all of England believes, that you are in Ireland at present.
Did anyone see me? No? Good. Now, bid your manservant close the shutters.
As your lordship pleases. William! William! Pray close the shutters. Yes, all of them. And fetch us some candles.
I pray the counsel you give me this day be wise, sirrah, for I find myself in the most desperate of predicaments.
And the last advice I gave you? That of offering to lead a military campaign to put down the Irish rebellion? I trust it worked to win back the Queen's favour. Indeed, the parade given to send you off was most impressive. I was there. Did you see me? I did wave at you. Nay, I do not imagine you would have seen me. So great were the crowds.
Yes, my offer to lead the campaign was well received by the Queen. But there was a fatal flaw in your advice.
Oh.
And this flaw was...
Is it not obvious? I had to verily go to that midge-ridden bog hole and try to put down the Irish. God's breath! Have you seen the Irish?
Oh, boy.
They're savages! That Irish chieftain O'Neill and his band of fen-born brutes are especially bad.
Forsooth, they sound most fearsome. 'Tis a mercy you escaped with your life, and are now back home safe in England.
Nay, I am not yet safe in England, I fear. For when the Queen finds out that I made a truce with O'Neill, heaven only knows how ill she will take it. Even my leaving Ireland without her permission will doubtless vex her.
Then the Queen has not been informed of your return?
Nay, she knows yet nothing of it. I am at present taking refuge with my sister, the Countess of Devonshire, at her country estate. But I cannot hide there forever. Hence, I am come to you this day so that the stars may advise me on how I may extract myself from my current predicament and win back the favour of the Queen.
Then let us see what the stars advise. How might Lord Devereux escape the displeasure of Her Majesty the Queen and regain her favour?
Die! Must use his best asset to ward off the Queen's anger, his magnificent body. God will help Devereux if he appeals to the Queen's vanity and exercises patience. Devereux may revive his hopes for a brilliant career. All is not lost. Devereux must contrive a way to make the Queen see his disobedience within the context of their personal relationship, rather than as an act of disloyalty to the Crown. Imperils his legacy with its tendency towards confused optimism. Risks being subject to the violence of the law. May reverse the back to his event by having the Queen look upon him as the son she never had. So you chose A then, because A is the sexual one. Let's do B then.
The stars foretell of violence enacted by officers of the law.
Ah, verily. 'Tis doubtless a beheading. Forsooth, I do enjoy a good beheading.
Well, 'tis likely to be a trifle more elaborate than that. If the Queen is particularly vexed, it will start with a quick hanging until just afore the point of death, followed by a disemboweling and emasculation.
Ah, yes, of course.
Whereafter the gentleman is invited to watch his own entrails and privy parts being lightly grilled upon an open fire, before he is chopped into 4 separate pieces.
A quartering, I think you mean?
Which, as etiquette dictates, are then to be parcelled up and sent as gifts to any friends and family members unable to attend the ceremony.
Ah, yes, splendid. An execution with all the trimmings. Verily, whilst a simple beheading can be a most elegant entertainment, 'tis a trifle too, well, continental for my taste. Why, 'tis oft over in mere moments. Whereas a full English execution keeps one entertained throughout the whole morning.
Oh, so entertaining.
Though I fail to see what this has to do with... God's breakfast! You mean I am the one to be hung, drawn, and quartered?
Well, yes, very possibly. I am afeard the only course left to you now is to humble yourself before the Queen. The stars suggest you might be able to convince her to look upon you as the son she never had. A naughty, wayward child who has rebelled against his parent. With time and patience, she may forgive you.
In truth, 'tis not the worst of ideas. And it might even clear the path for the possibility of... Yes. Methinks this plan may serve me very well.
We shall see. Assuming you come back for your final consultation. I have your letter of recommendation anyway. Oh, John Wick gift. God, this chorus is so good. Ah, I love it.
Good day, Your Grace, and well met. Might I inquire whether Your Grace has made a decision regarding whether to give Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury?
Ah, yes, Dean Blagg. I had my chaplain look into what you told me regarding irregularities in Dean Blagg's stewardship of Rochester Cathedral. Methinks you said he was embezzling coin and pawning cathedral furnishings, did you not? Well, it seems you did speak true.
Oh, indeed?
Of
Oh,
course,
dear.
I'll make nothing of it, as I wish to avoid the scandal. I merely told Dean Blagg that I could not offer him the bishopric due to various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Of course. And what problem would Your Grace wish me to address this day?
Oh, 'tis a problem with my other deans. With each passing day, there seems to be a new dean at the palace gates, come to
I
petition
threw all
me
the
for this
suggestions in the
wretched
fire so I could
bishopric
get
of
that letter.
Salisbury. Presently, 'tis Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh. Since he returned from Ireland, he talks of nothing else.
How tiresome for Your Grace.
Indeed. I have told Owen that I'm giving his request careful consideration, but in my experience, this only delays a dean for so long. I do have to grant the occasional bishopric, or else my deans become restless.
Doubtless, Your Grace.
But after what I learned about Dean Blagg, I must take care to exercise caution. Hence, I would have you tell me anything you know. That is, anything the stars reveal about Owen Wood that would render him unsuitable to perform the role of bishop.
Then let us ask the stars. Is there any reason why the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, should not grant Owen Wood the bishopric of Salisbury?
Yeah, I remember Owen Wood. I don't remember what we talked about, unfortunately, because it's been a bit, but I remember Wood. John Whitgift is impossible to please. Yeah, alright. Owen Wood is a vain but patient man who has God on his side. John Whitgift should bring Owen Wood's dream of being a bishop to life. While Owen isn't certain about whether he'll be offered the bishopric of Salisbury, he remains optimistic. Okay. When it comes to his relationship with women, Owen Wood has a creative interpretation of the teachings of the Bible on the sin of adultery. Owen Wood has betrayed his wife. An unexpected problem may arise concerning Owen Wood and some unborn children. That's right! Oh! Alright, Let's do this one.
I must advise against granting Owen Wood the bishopric, for the stars reveal that he has sinned most grievously.
Ah, verily? Grievously, you say?
I am afeard Dean Wood did commit the sin of adultery.
Ah, nothing else?
'Twas more than once, your grace.
Doubtless, doubtless. While I appreciate your most excellent discernment of this information from the stars, I must own that Dean Wood's extra-clerical activities are already well known to me.
Oh.
Why, even my own wife has had a tumble with the man.
Your grace, I am sorry.
Hold, Sarah. In truth, 'tis of no consequence to me. What occurs in Lambeth Palace bides in Lambeth Palace, as we like to say. But you are right to remind me of Dean Wood's indiscretions, for mayhap it be not wise to elevate Owen to such a public position as bishop. I do have the reputation of the church to consider.
As we all know,
I
the
will tell
Anglican
Owen
Church
that
of
while I had
England
every
has a
intention of
spotless
granting him
reputation.
bishopric, my hands are now tied.
As we all know.
To various episcopal and doctrinal constraints.
Very wise, your grace. And one more matter, if I may. Has your grace yet had the opportunity to consider the granting of my medical license?
Ah, yes, that. Once my chaplain has finished looking into the matter, I shall be giving it careful consideration. Good day.
Nice!
Since Blythe left Alice in the lurch, for solution she does search.
Hey, Alice.
Is the verdict of the church that Blythe left Alice in the lurch?
Don't leave your wife in the lurch, or she's gonna bet half the church. That's the lesson to take away from this song.
Good day, mistress. What brings you?
I am come about my lover who is lately returned from Ireland.
Ah, yea, and your current lover is, as I recall... Ah, yes, your lover at present is Owen Wood, the Reverend Dean of Armagh, is it not?
Aye.
And according to my notes, you were afeard he might die in battle.
Aye, but you were right. Owen did not die.
Woo!
And yet you do not appear to be much pleased he's returned alive. Whatever is the matter, madam?
It is being said around the diocese that my lover, Owen Wood, is romantically entangled with 2 other women.
And who
Sounds
might
all
these
right.
2 other women be? Might one of them be his wife, or...
Of course not. Do not jape with me, Forman. I did hear that one of the ladies Owen is seeing is Mistress Ways.
Mistress
The other
Ways?
is certain Anne Hayborn, with whom I am not yet acquainted. I
don't know
hear
any
she is
of
a
these
very
names.
young and comely maiden, though mayhap a maiden no longer. I prithee, scribble one of those doodles of yours and tell me if this be true.
Madam, if you will but afford me some silence and calm, I will compose one of my doodles, as you so call my mathematically precise astronomical charts, and endeavour to answer your question. To wit, is Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, wooing other women?
Most likely. Don't need a chart for this. One time Ireland is given an occasion to reflect intelligently upon the current state of his financial affairs. He decided to curtail his sexting. God is gracing Owen with maturity. Fuck no. Owen is conducting numerous romantic affairs, possibly. Inspired to bed sweet, gentle ladies. Owen is deceiving Alice and wooing other women, but Alice may be optimistic for his relationship with these women are marred by discord. Owen, to everyone's great surprise, will abandon his wench-chasing ways. I'll go with this one.
I have good tidings for you, mistress. Your relationship with Owen Wood is secure. 'Tis true, he has indeed been conducting intimate liaisons with some of the wives and daughters of various deans and bishops, but...
So then 'tis true. What a maid-fiddling maggot of a man is he!
Aye, but prithee, madam, I had not finished. The stars suggest that Dean Wood's affairs with these women will shortly end, for it seems he is in dispute with them.
What, with all of them? At the same time?
It would seem so. Mayhap they all have been apprised of the same rumour that brings you this day.
Well, I am glad to hear these affairs are soon to be ended. But I will not lie, I am no less vexed with him. And indeed, if Owen has been larking about, 'tis only fair I do the same. To even things out between us.
Perhaps.
I think what you may be referring to is Lex Talionis. 'Tis the law of retaliation, as practiced by the ancient Babylonians. Well, madam, indeed, if it would help square matters betwixt you and Dean Wood, you may consider me wholly at your service.
You son of a gun. Oh, she's coming back twice more. Ooh. Ah! Oh, it hurts. It hurts seeing it not just go to 100. B means you accidentally insult her. Well, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. I love this song because it's deeply ironic, because he would rather just be like, I'm just gonna put it off indefinitely than to actually do anything about it.
God give you good evening, Your Grace. I trust you were pleased with the previous counsel I gave you? The advice I gave against granting Owen Wood the bishopric of Salisbury.
Ah, yes. Your counsel did indeed prove sound. For Dean Wood is now cods deep in scandal. The parish council has received numerous paternity suits, and 'tis said that scores of defiled wenches bethrong the gates of his deanery each morning, clutching suckling babes and demanding recourse. As for young Anne Hayborn, she has had her reputation ruined, and Dean Ways is barely speaking to his wife anymore.
On my word, how disgraceful.
Oh dear.
Aye, indeed. If only Owen had the sense to exercise more discretion.
Yes, indeed, Your Grace.
The Bishop of London, for instance, manages his affairs very quietly. I might have been able to look the other way, but in this instance I could not let Owen's indiscretions pass. For a wretched local woman by the name of Mary Payne got wind of the scandal and stirred up a public fuss about it. Oh, the devil take the woman and her bacon-faced husband.
If I might venture an opinion, Your Grace, mayhap if we were to pay no heed to Mary Payne and her ilk, they would eventually tire of their animus and leave us all be. But is it upon such problems you come this day, or upon some other matter?
I am come about my health. I believe I do ail of something.
Uh-oh.
Then pray, describe your complaints to me, Your Grace.
Well, I am afflicted with pain in my back, and at times I find myself hard of breathing. Indeed, I feel I may have phlegm in my chest, and I do bear these odd-looking spots upon my body that will not mend.
If you will permit me to loosen your robes to examine you. I see. Methinks I have a notion of what ails you. Let me confirm it with a reading of the stars. What troubles Archbishop Whitgift?
He has trouble with battering in the breast, causes chest pain, which is occasioned by corrupt phlegm having gathered in the chest, backache, short-windedness, and spots. So with knobs on the yard, a disease associated with lechery and characterized by wart-like growths on the privy member. No. You're suffering from the French pox, a venereal disease occasioned by lying with a pocky person. It's characterized by persistent sores on the arms and legs, short-windedness, and bodily aches. Well, this is probably it.
Your Grace, I know not how to put this delicately. You have the French pox. I am not sure how this is possible, as you're a man of the cloth. Indeed, mayhap I check the stars again.
No need. I did suspect as much.
Verily? How astute of you. The French pox can oft be difficult to cure, but in your case, it is not far advanced. This ointment of boar grease and mercury is to be applied to your entire
Mercury?
body. It must be rubbed in vigorously to ensure the mercury is well absorbed into the skin. You may then expect to see the sores on your body start to heal within a matter of days.
I see. And, I imagine your manservant William will be giving me this treatment?
No, Your Grace. The grease is to be taken home with you and applied each night before bed for 9 days. Mayhap your chaplain could apply it to Your Grace's body.
Oh, you've been having sex with
Yes,
William.
a fine idea. I thank you for this treatment, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Forman.
Before you leave, Your Grace, might I inquire again as to the possibility of
Simon,
granting me a medical
chill.
license? Your Grace did mention you would give it careful consideration.
Ah, yes, indeed I did I not? Have no fear, Dr. Forman. My chaplain is looking into it. Good day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what better letter of recommendation? What better letter of recommendation, huh? Hold on. I need just one more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. One more. Someone, please! Because I'm not getting Thomas's. I know I'm not getting Thomas's. I think I fucked up somewhere with Thomas Blog.
Lord Devereux, ready to fight, wild-eyed and restless, he's been up all night. He may not know much, but he knows that he's right.
A mediocre man in fancy tights. Well, alright.
Give ye good morrow, my lord. I trust your lordship is well this day.
Well? God's body! Am I likely to be well? I have been languishing under lock and key while all England goes to ruin.
Yes. I did hear something of your arrest. I take it your encounter with the Queen did not go as well as planned.
Nay, 'twas a disaster. I took the precaution of seeking an audience with Her Majesty just after dawn, to be sure I would find her alone. But when I entered her bedchamber, she let out such a blood-curdling scream it alerted the palace guards, who ran into the room and arrested me.
But you were imprisoned in your York House residence, were you not? The fact that you were placed under house arrest and not imprisoned in the Tower surely speaks to the Queen's fondness for you.
There you go.
I trust your time in confinement was not uncomfortable, at least.
Well, yes, my time away from the world and its trifling concerns did, in truth, prove useful. It afforded me time to reflect on larger questions, to take stock of my life and put recent events in perspective.
I see. And what resolution did this quiet period of sober reflection bring you? A closer relationship with God? Or perchance you are resolved to spend more time with your family?
What? Nay. I said my mind was turned to larger questions. To wit, am I destined for greater things? Am I chosen by God to rule a kingdom? For I must needs act. The realm is under threat from within. For why was I verily imprisoned? Was it merely to punish me for some trifling mistakes I made in Ireland?
Yes.
Nay, 'twas to separate me from the Queen.
Oh.
Well, I imagine after discovering you in Her Majesty's bedchamber...
Do you not yet see?
Whoa! That recording was weird.
Whitehall, lest I see how they have contrived to control and manipulate the Queen since I left for Ireland.
My lord! Are you saying the Queen is weak and no longer in control of her reign?
Aye, indeed. Something must be done about it. Well, man, do not just stand there.
Yes, of course, my lord. Let us see whether the stars may give you your answer. Is Robert Lord Devereux, Earl of Essex, destined to, rule England?
No, he's not. We do well to limit the influence of his friend's advice upon him. Secretly motivated by his feeling about the Queen and how he's been treated by her. Yes, that's true. Ruler suffers from geopolitical ignorance. A foreign sovereign is destined to rule England. Is this true? Maybe, I don't know. He's deluded about his legacy? Yes. If he does not rein in his ambitions, he will die. She uses substantial and cleverly insert cooperation as a plan. In short, he should engage in bribery. Is a strong authority figure. Failure to produce an heir will have violent consequences. This is what he really wants to hear. That's probably the truth right there. And then it doesn't matter which one I pick. It really doesn't matter. I have this fucking... I'll do this one.
My lord, I must urge you to temper your ambitions. The stars warn that if your lordship keeps to your current course, it will lead to death.
Whose death, though? You mean my death? God's underlumps!
England may not be in so much danger as you imagine. The stars suggest that King James of Scotland will succeed to the English throne when Queen...
Oh, yeah, there it is.
He is, after all, her nearest royal relative.
James Stewart, eh? During my imprisonment, I wrote to him to request his aid, but I never received a reply. Doubtless he is in league with the Privy Council. Nay, verily, a pox on the Scottish king and his pretensions to the throne. He would bring his full coterie of kilted savages down and install them in Whitehall Palace, where he would doubtless have us all eating porridge for supper.
I do hear that porridge is a healthsome...
I appreciate your concern for my own safety, Sirrah, but my duty lies with the realm and the safety of its people. If I must die, let it be for the sake of England, for God, Queen, and country.
He's dead. He's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. I have your letter of recommendation, though. Wife. Alright, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Alright. Hello, I'm back. I put my pizza in the oven. Let's go.
Good day, Dean Blarg. How now, good sir? I see you do ale of something.
I do ale of something, Foreman.
Oh no.
Forsooth, I fear I'm very ill indeed. For I tremble day and night with fever, and my face does itch and prick with pain.
Verily. You do exhibit upon your nose and cheeks a rash of a most remarkable hue.
Before you do this reading for me, Foreman, I must have your word that you will not speak of this to my wife, Alice. In truth, I have had her believe that I was set upon by an angry swarm of wasps that have lately been nesting in the north transept of the cathedral.
I do understand. A kind husband would naturally wish to shield his wife from any undue distress.
Ah, yea, that of course.
Oh.
And there be also the small matter of the promise I did make to restore the Blarg family fortune before I died, and thus not leave my wife and children to live in penury when I am gone. If Mistress Blarg were to think that I am gravely ill, it would provoke some awkwardness between us that I would rather wish to avoid.
All right.
I take it then that your finances are also in poor health.
Forsooth they are. And had you warned me that the Archbishop would never grant me the bishopric of Salisbury, perchance I may have acted sooner to recover them.
I see.
Ah,
well, as to your wife, Alice, be not afeard, sir. We doctors take querent confidentiality most seriously. As Hippocrates did say, testa Apollinum medicum secreta. Among other things. Now, mayhap we proceed to consult the stars on the matter of your condition. With what disease is my querent Thomas Blagg troubled, and how may he be cured?
Uh-oh. Blagg suffers from a bone shaw, being a knob-like growth rising on the shin. So, evil digestion caused by the overconsumption of strong drink. Suffers from erysipelas, a severe skin disease of the face that is accompanied with pain and fever. The possibility of death. Oh no.
It would seem you are troubled with a severe disease of the skin known as erysipelas. It is quite serious. Though you may find some temporary relief from the pain and fever by vigorously purging from your fundament. To induce such a thing, I do advise the consumption of a considerable quantity of prunes, or mayhap rhubarb. Of course, it does depend on the season.
Erysipelas? Prunes? Oh, merciful Lord, if it be thy will that I should die, and if thou hast writ these mortal signs upon the stars, I beseech thee, have thy servant Simon Forman speak the truth.
Prithee, sir, I had not finished. Oh, my dear friend, I will not lie to you. Your condition is quite advanced. In truth, I fear you must prepare for the worst.
Oh man, that is...
If
Oh
you
man.
will not share this grave news with Mistress Blagg, perchance you might speak to her from the safety of... from beyond the grave? That is to say, write her a letter that may be read to her after you're gone. Your loving words, though thus delayed, may provide her comfort in her time of grief and destitution.
God bless you for your candor, sir. As well your wisdom and friendship these last years. I will now go and pray upon what you have told me.
Man. Oh, I got it! Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. Dang, this game knows how to punch you. What is erysipelas? Is there another name for it? Oh! Oh, fuck.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue. How may I help you this day? You seem a little out of breath.
Aye.
Oh,
Just but
that
my bodice.
sucks.
My maidservant did lace it far too tightly. Methinks she is a trifle vexed with me. Indeed, the atmosphere in the Fortescue household is exceeding ill at present.
Verily? And why is that?
Someone has been stealing food from the larder in the night. This morning, 3 whole swan pies were missing. Each member of the Fortescue household suspects another.
And who
The monkey stole it.
the author of these thefts, madam?
Well, I suspect my son Harold, as his fondness for pie is well known. But Harry denies it and has accused our maidservant Gladys. And 'tis true that Gladys has become suspiciously wide about the girth of late. And as for Gladys, well, she is convinced the culprit is our African parrot, Sir Muncelot Grey. But Sir Muncelot has denied the accusation and blames my monkey.
Ah, and who does your monkey blame?
How now, Dr. Forman? Be not absurd. Monkeys cannot speak.
Ah, yes. Then 'tis fortunate that God can speak to us, that is, by way of the stars. Who in the Fortescue household has been sneaking into the larder at night to steal pies.
Time to find out. God. Still Forrest is a hypocrite. She needs to turn her finger of accusation on herself, for she ate all the pies. Those family friends are actually extremely disciplined in relation to the pies. Maid servant is untrustworthy and aggressive. Advised to make changes to her will, she must cut her maid servant out of it. Wow. Evil from a foreign country is indicated here. The intuition about the identity of the pie thief is wrong. The solution to the mystery is counterintuitive. Thief is the one suspect who has maintained their silence. Those two children have been raised well. They know not to steal pies.
Madam, you may eliminate your son from your inquiries.
Yeah, it does lighten the mood much, doesn't it?
And he knows not to steal pies.
Harry is innocent, is he? Then who has been eating our pies?
I am afraid it is the very last individual you would suspect. An individual who is in this very room with us now.
How now, Dr. Forman? Surely you would not accuse me?
Oh, nay, not you, madam. 'Tis your monkey. What was his name again?
You mean to say Sir Nanahad has been stealing our pies? Oh, my days! What a naughty monkey!
Quite. He is most naughty indeed, 'twould seem.
I must at once to home go and apologise to Sir Munchalot. I never should have doubted him. God give you good even, Dr. Forman. You have been a bad boy, have you not, Sir Nanahad? Who's a naughty monkey? Yes, you're the naughty monkey. Yes, you're the naughty monkey.
Good even, Mistress Fortescue.
That is making Gladys so if she's pregnant, you dipshit. Alright, my bro. Alright, anyway. Okay, I think I have them all. One that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at this point, it's just like because you never get one from Ricardo Ferraro. So at this point, it's just what's the word I'm looking for? It's 100%ing this bitch. Can I get them all? Well, don't forget Mary Payne.
Good even, Mr. Bell. What brings you so late this evening, young sir? Have you come from the playhouse?
Yay, I'm come for playing a Duchess in a special performance of Richard II. You know, that play that makes the Queen look bad.
So, Mr. Shakespeare decided to revive his play, did he? I see.
I need you to tell me what to do about my pay. Our seamstress told me she heard Mistress Burbage discoursing how John Crisp is getting paid a full shilling for each performance.
And you feel this is unfair, I take it? I gather Mr. Crisp's pay is greater than yours.
Aye, sir. 'Tis full twice as much coin as they pay me. What I get is barely enough to cover my rent. And my parts are well bigger than his, innit?
And you can fathom no reason for this disparity in pay? He is more experienced, perchance.
I advise unionizing.
I've been on the stage since I was a boy. And John's been playing for less than a year. Nay, sir. Mr. Burbage and them other company sharers are paying me less on account of how I'm doing the lady parts.
You mean to say you are being paid less simply because you perform lady roles?
Indeed. John only gets them main parts because he's big and tall, but I'm well better than he is. Critics call my Ophelia the most tantalizingly nubile and tragical performance since Henry Condell's Juliet.
Ah, yes. Having seen Hamlet, I would have to agree with them there. I must own that I, too, found your Ophelia most comely and alluring. Now, let's see what the stars advise.
Please do not fuck Humphrey
Bell. What can be done
Bell.
about you being paid less than players of masculine roles?
Ah, commentary, I see. Humphrey should wait. Pay equity will come in time. Someone's probably using his romantic lure to seduce a woman. Should continue to perform his duties and remain quiet about the discrepancy in pay. Must uncover the truth about what his colleagues are paid. Secrets are allowing Humphrey's employer to behave hypocritically. Humphrey's employers are shrewd businessmen. Humphrey's boss will do evil to others if it means safeguarding his legacy. Whoops. Humphrey's boss wife is pregnant with a masculine child. His boss can therefore not be trusted. I'll go with this one.
According to the stars, your employers, the Lord Chamberlain's men, are very wise businessmen.
How do you reckon that? On account of them contriving to pay me less than I deserve?
Precisely so, Mr. Bell. And being so wise, they doubtless deter their hired men from discoursing upon the coin they receive for their labour, perchance to the extent where the men harbour such feelings of shame and suspicion about it, they would more readily show each other their privy parts before they would show their pay.
Aye, 'tis true enough. We oft pull our yardles out when we're jesting about and that. But as for a man's pay, forsooth, 'tis considered most private.
Well, such prudery must end if you and your fellow players are to advance your interests, Mr. Bell. Indeed, methinks that if you were all to begin freely discoursing upon these matters, you will find you are not the only player being paid unjustly. If you do decide to demand more coin from your employers, I advise you to unify with the other hired men and speak as one voice.
Zah! We shall unify and demand them company sharers pay us equal coin for equal playing.
Unions! Hooray! It's actually been nice working for a union store in real life.
Hear ye, hear ye! Earl of Essex, foiled in Queen, kidnap, attempt, shocker! Biggest treason fail since Babington plot! Hear ye!
Robert Devereux, Earl of Essex, has been arrested for plotting to kidnap the Queen and install himself as a protector of the realm. Devereux is reported to have bribed a company of players to stage a revival of William Shakespeare's King Richard II. This play invites treasonous comparison between the weak and incompetent King Richard and our present sovereign, Queen Elizabeth. It was Devereux's intention to use it to rouse an angry mob and lead them to the gates of Kensington Palace. When they demonstrated sufficient support from the London populace, however, Devereux was compelled to return home to Essex House, where he was arrested. Ooh. She is a wife. A life. Much strife. He's dying.
Good day, Mistress Blagg. Pray tell, how did things fare with your gentleman friend, Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh?
Alas, 'tis all over betwixt me and Dean Wood. I did ask him for a small loan, and he was most insulting about it. We have not spoken since. And I think I know why his ardour for me has cooled. For I did lately learn that he has been bedding half the women in the diocese.
Whoa!
Yes, I too did lately hear of this.
So it seems your stars were right. There verily were other women vying for Dean Wood's affections.
Ooh!
But this day I am come about my husband. Methinks he is ill, yet he pretends he is not.
Uh-oh.
Pray describe his symptoms to me.
Well, yesterday I did remark that something was amiss when Molly McDoon and I returned from the playhouse. Well, there was a special performance of Richard II at the Globe. Know you of it? Oh, 'tis the play that makes the Queen look bad.
I know of it.
When I came in the door, there was an awful racket coming from our upstairs rooms. I went to see what the matter was and found my husband tucked up a bed, moaning and wailing, and with a monstrous rash all over his face. He told me some nonsense about having been stung by wasps, and that he is merely tired. But I do not believe him.
I see.
I bid you, Forman, tell me true, for I grow ill with worry. Is it grave? Blagg had better not think of dying on me afore he has paid his debts.
For as his widow, by law, you would inherit them, would you not? But mayhap there is little to worry about. Let us consult the stars and see. What ails Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester?
Straight with the melancholy, disease characterized by much woe and a preference for remaining abed. Thomas Blog suffering from swelling in the cods. Yeah. You know what? Let's see. Let's tell her the truth.
Alas, I am afeard your husband is ill with a disease known as erysipelas. He is in grave danger. Indeed, his case is advanced and beyond treatment. There is nothing to be done now, but prepare yourself for his death, Mistress Blagg.
Oh.
Madam? Alice? Come, Alice, I will find you a chair.
Nay, I must not tarry. I am meeting Mistress McDoon at the Bear for a quiet one. Good day, Foreman.
But Alice...
Well, I got it. Oh boy.
Hear ye, hear ye! Traitor loses head after losing mind. Earl of Essex gets the chop for treason. Hear ye!
On this day, the 25th of February, in the year of our Lord 1601, Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, was executed for treason. The execution follows yesterday's trial, in which he was found guilty of leading a failed plot against the realm. Formerly a favourite of both Her Majesty and the London public, the Earl's surprising betrayal of both Queen and country has shocked the nation. Well, that's unfortunate.
If you try to argue with her, you will have no luck.
Oh, God.
Twist and turn your logic till your reason comes unstuck. Chastise Mary who you like, she will not give up.
Oh, God, this game's mood whiplash, man.
Well met, Mistress Payne. How fare you this day?
Most well indeed, sir, for I am just come from taking my niece on an outing to Tower Hill. 'Twas to see the execution of the traitor Robert Devereux.
Ah, yes, Lord Devereux. What a tragic end to a promising career.
And such a lovely beheading they gave us. My niece and I very much enjoy the hangings at Tyburn, but a beheading is so much more elegant, is it not? Verily, 'tis a better class of execution, I find, and the royal executioner did go down on Devereux with such skill. A single stroke was all it took to give us the traitor's head.
Aye, 'tis true the royal executioner gives excellent...
But I have no time to tarry here and gossip with you, Dr. Forman. I am come on a matter of great concern, and you are just the man to help, methinks. For your prediction that Elizabeth's reign would endure was true. Whilst the Queen does have the appearance of being naught but a painted corpse propped up on a throne using artfully placed cushions, she is, in lore at least, still alive. Praised be!
Ah, indeed. Praised be.
Praised
And
be!
what is this new matter that concerns you?
'Tis that England is filling up with foreigners. Indeed, 'tis been going on for so many years now that in London 'tis rare to hear anyone discoursing in the English tongue anymore. The city is crawling with continentals.
Ah, then I take it you do not enjoy your visit to the City of London.
Oh, nay, I have never been to London. For as I did just say, 'tis crawling with continentals, and Lambeth will soon suffer the same fate if we do not act. Why, only the other day, I spied a continental on the high street. A monstrous ogre of a man he was. And as for his face...
Oh, I hate this bitch.
His eyelashes were so fair, he had the appearance of having none at all.
Ah, yes, the Netherlanders. 'Tis true the people of the Netherlands can be fair of hair and tall of stature.
And 'tis surely no coincidence that Lambeth has suffered an increase in crime of late. We do not...
Oh, I hate this
Dr.
bitch.
Forman. Every night we ladies of Fore Street do shiver in our beds at the thought of these frighteningly large men.
I do not doubt it, madam. Now, let us see whether the stars might allay or confirm your fears.
Oh, boy.
Should the residents of Lambeth be concerned about an influx of continentals?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Continental integration will enrich England's legacy with culture and innovation. True. Youths have lost their sense of discipline are involved. Okay. Agreed to be waging war on the continent. In the name of religion has caused death and destruction. I mean, yes. Are being somewhat hypocritical. The stars evolves countering this hypocrisy. I mean, that'd probably be the right thing to say. Land is resident with the continent. Immigrants is in danger of turning violent. Some continentals are lying about where they are in Lambeth. They are come here to rob Lambeth. Oh, God. Are you lies with our domestic concerns of 6 pro? Well, I might as well tell her the thing she wants to hear.
The stars indicate your concerns are justified, madam. As you know, many of these continentals are refugees fleeing Catholic violence. But while the poor souls are to be pitied, the stars remind us that our duty lies at home.
Aye, forsooth, sir. For how are we expected to solve all the problems of the world? England must come first.
Indeed it must. And although most of these continentals are doubtless very fine people...
Aye, doubtless.
There are some desperate criminal elements among them. Moreover, the introduction of continentals with their unusual customs and traditions into a closely bound community such as Lambeth could prove most disruptive. Such differences may provoke tensions that lead to violence.
Indeed, they may. I will have my husband write to Lambeth Palace and demand that the Archbishop do something to protect the folk of Lambeth afore it is too late. Blessed day, Dr. Forman.
Okay. Dabba dabba dabba. Yeah, she never wants to hear good things, really.
Hear ye, hear ye! Dean of Rochester Cathedral dies. New Dean pledges to refurnish empty cathedral. Hear ye!
Local residents were saddened to say by the tidings of the death of Thomas Blogg, Dean of Rochester Cathedral. He's behind a wife, Alice Blogg, and children John, Thomas, Cornwallis, Edmund, Nicholas, and Francis.
Humphrey Bell, at his own reward, for it is not enough to leave my fans alone. For you, we sigh, we drool, and swoon, when we see you entering the room.
Did this song just talk about how... Bro, you should... Exposure is enough.
Good day, Mr. Bell, and well met. I recall you were hoping for a pay rise. How did that go?
Well, I got a pay rise, innit? I took your advice about banding together with the other hired men and gabbing about how much coin we was getting. Turns out, another one of the lads weren't getting paid enough for his lady parts neither. So, we all refused to do our rehearsals until the boss man fixed it.
Hey, there you
Well
go.
done, Mr. Bell. I must say I am most proud of you.
But this day, I am come about my skin. She's so clapped, I need twice as much ceruse as normal.
Ah, yes. Venetian ceruse. The white lead and vinegar paste ladies and players use to whiten their faces.
You have to fix it for me, Doctor, for my role in Mr. Shakespeare's new play. I'm to play a lady who disguises herself as a lawyer.
A lady cunningly disguised as a lawyer? Forsooth, how original. But I see not why you need worry over your complexion. Having a sound grasp of Latin and a talent for eloquence are the usual qualifications of a legal advocate, are they not? Is it verily necessary for this lawyer to have beauty as well?
Well, Mr. Burbage seems to think so.
These are enlightened times, and we must have confidence in our audience that they will accept, even welcome, the notion of a lady of learning, as long as she be lovely enough to lie with.
Good
I
God
see.
almighty.
And 'tis true your skin is looking a little less than lovely at present. Let us see if we may find a remedy for it in the stars.
The stars.
What is the matter with Humphrey Bell's face, and what may be done to improve its appearance?
Suffers from melancholy, a condition that can make the skin appear pale in appearance and induce fanciful imaginings in the mind. Humphrey suffers from distemperature of the liver occasioned by some kind of poison. Humphrey is troubled with ugliness. So the illness will get worse before it gets better. Goodness gracious. What did you tell him? Did you tell him melancholy? Ugliness is puberty. Oh! That might do it, yeah. So, by A, you mean melancholy? I'm assuming. So don't tell him that one. Okay. I'll tell him ugliness then. We'll see what happens.
If I've learned anything from my feminine querents, 'tis that for most women, beauty is not born, but earned. 'Tis often mere artifice, produced by much labour and toil.
But I do toil hard, Dr. Forman. I use a 3-step beauty regimen to get myself looking lovely, innit?
Only 3 steps? I must be frank with you, young sir. If you lack sufficient beauty, mayhap 'tis for a lack of effort on your part. I shall note some instructions down for you.
Aye, if you please, Doctor.
First, scrub your face with a mixture of eggshells, alum, and honey. Then you must apply rose water and lemon juice to help rid your face of wrinkles and blemishes. Then apply the white of a raw egg to your face. 'Twill act as a kind of glaze over your complexion. Oh, and have you considered purchasing an ass? Some of my querents bathe in ass's milk to soften their skin.
I doubt my landlady will be allowing me to keep no donkey in her attic. But methinks I can do all them other things. I thank you kindly, Doctor. I promise I will not let you down.
I believe in you, son.
Mr. Forman, doubtless I need not explain why you have been brought before the College of Physicians this day.
Oh, this again.
We have been informed that you persist in practicing medicine without a license, in defiance of the law and in spite of previous warnings given you by myself and my distinguished colleagues. How do you answer this charge? Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Sirrah?
I say that I am a good doctor, and that my many years of experience have allowed me to perfect my methods as a true physician.
You would dare speak of your methods, Mr. Forman? We are informed that you write your patients' names and complaints in a notebook, doubtless all the better to blackmail them with.
Ah, yes, my case books. Indeed, sir, 'tis most useful to be able to remember a querent's history.
Furthermore, you use astrological readings not simply to predict the course of an illness or judge the best time for a treatment, as good medicine teaches us, but you find the cause of the disease in the stars. You refuse to examine your patient's urine for this purpose.
Well, yes,
And you would dare claim that in these past years you have gained medical knowledge and skill from mere experience? Then I invite you to provide proof of it now.
All right, here we go.
Submit to an examination.
What humor does Saturn rule over? Black bile, as I recall. Someone with an excess of black bile may exhibit a melancholic temperament. Which planet rules intelligence? Mercury. Which zodiac rules the head, Aries?
Silence! Simon Forman, it is clear to me the answers you have just given were not your own, and that they were provided to you this day by some unnatural means. Such foul trickery and dark magic will not be tolerated within these walls. Remove this charlatan, this carnival quack from my sight.
What, again? I demand to speak with my legal counsel. You will regret this.
Uh-oh. So, as a sorry and distress, I did learn your current situation, but worry not, Dr. Forman, for you will be freed from jail this very day. I bade my husband, Lord Dyer, exert his influence on your behalf, but I must warn you that the College of Physicians cannot be obstructed for long, and that you verily ought to procure a medical license. Your querent and most assured friend, Lady Emma Dyer. Well, you know what, Emma? I do appreciate it.
This black has suffered there be some solution, though. Read the stars and we shall know.
I believe this is our last time together, Alice.
Well met, Alice, dear friend. Since your husband's death, I have oft thought of you. Fare you well?
Oh, Forman, I am sorry for not coming to see you sooner, for I was grateful for your warning about Blag's illness. It gave me the sense to bide with him in his final hours. It was only then that I did realize how much I did love the old fool. Despite his mump-headed nature and his leaving me and the children with not a penny between us. But the day after he passed, I came upon a note he had writ for me. I warrant that was your idea, was it, Forman?
It may have been.
Then I thank ye for it, Simon. It was a comfort to be left something to remember him by, even if it be the only thing he did leave me. But things are better since I did become Mistress Maysay.
Then you have remarried?
Aye. 'Twas the only means of putting a roof over our heads and meat in our bellies. And Mr. Maysay is a kind man. Oh, but Forman, we may not have our roof much longer. Maysay has threatened to leave me.
The brute!
Well, to be fair, I suppose I did fail to apprise him of the full extent of Blag's debts, which are, as you know, not inconsiderable.
Hey!
What am I to do about it now?
Ah, yes, of course. By marrying you, he is now responsible for the debts of your late husband, according to the law.
I hate debt law so much.
To pay for a wife. No matter the marital bliss, her bountiful charms and fine qualities do doubtless afford him.
Ah, save it for another day, Forman. 'Tis not your chub-brained flattery I am come for. 'Tis your counsel.
Then let us see if the stars may offer a solution. How may Alice Maysay prevent her husband petitioning for a divorce?
Let's find out. God is punishing the deceased on his plot by visiting evil sins of the father upon his widow and children. Legacy is the debts he has burdened his widow with. Alice must be realistic and temper her hopes. Yikes. Mr. Maysay feels nervous about being burdened with Thomas Black's debts and anger towards Alice as a result. A family trip might turn things around. Well, sure.
Alas, you have little hope of calming your new husband's feelings about your late husband's debts. But the stars suggest that your family might go abroad, and thus put yourself out of the reach of Blag's creditors. You must do this without delay.
Go abroad? You mean where foreigners live?
Aye. My chart also suggests that you find some creative solution to ensure your husband's cooperation in such a project. Has he ever expressed an interest in the New World colonies? Or perchance you might suggest an extended tour of Roman antiquities?
Nay, but I will put my mind to it. But if we do go abroad, this is doubtless the last time I shall ever see you, Forman.
Oh. Coitus po- Well, Simon, you got her. You bagged her once. You might have bagged her multiple times, actually. Yeah, 5. 2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. I should...
Hear ye. Nation mourns death of beloved Queen.
Oh!
King James of Scotland, tipped to succeed to the English throne. Hear ye.
All England is in mourning as news spread of the death of our beloved sovereign. Queen Elizabeth Tudor, oft referred to good Queen Bess by her subjects, expired of natural causes on this day, the 24th day of March, the year of our Lord, 1603. Although Her Majesty left no heir nor named a successor, her cousin and nearest blood relation, 57-year-old James Stuart, King of Scotland, is rumoured to be travelling down from Edinburgh to be crowned King of England later this week.
Humphrey Bell, you must not take victory, for though your beauty does fade, we do adore you still. Our eyes so wide, our thoughts so undefined, at the sight of your shame.
He got a fat ass!
Good day, Mr. Bell. Oh, I must congratulate you on your performance of the comely lady lawyer in The Merchant of Venice. And methinks your skin is much improved. 'Tis verily glowing.
Aye, all those beauty tips you gave me were wondrous well.
Woo!
'Tis true, it takes me a full hour every morning even to do my face, but at least I'm comely enough now to keep working, innit?
Forsooth, 'tis well to hear the troubles with your skin are resolved. Now, what is it you come for this day?
Mr. Shakespeare has written a new play, and I need to look younger if I'm to get a good part in it. 'Tis about an ancient Roman general called Titus Andronicus. I wish to play the role of his comely mother, the Lady Tamara.
You need to look younger in order to play a man's mother, you say. But according to my casebook, why, sir, you are not yet 25 years of age.
Aye, sir, indeed. 'Tis but the business of playing, though, innit? At least, according to Mr. Burbage, he was well vexed when I pointed out how the man played Titus is near as old as I am.
If the stage is not to your liking, Mr. Bell, I invite you to seek employment elsewhere.
All right, then. Let us see what the stars advise. What can be done to
I'm
make
getting
my query
uncomfortable
appear
feelings.
younger?
Uncomfortable ugliness is aging, yeah. Alright. It is God's will that Humphrey embraces masculinity as he matures. Humphrey's out of touch with reality. He cannot reverse the aging process and look younger. Humphrey's bosses are impossible to please, and Hunter should be pessimistic about his ability to reverse the aging process. That's realism. We're not here for realism. That advises that something refined that has been obtained from a foreign country can help him appear younger, but there is cruelty involved. Ooh. Good angels have bestowed upon Humphrey the talent of artistry, which he could use to improve the appearance of his face. Humphrey must undergo a transformation to repair the damage Time's legacy has wrought. Yeah.
My chart suggests if you were to undergo some manner of transformation, it might help you recapture your youthful allure.
Like, what kind of transformation?
Well, you might consider changing over your appearance. My lady querents tell me that a change of hair or wig color can leave them feeling quite renewed, particularly those ladies who have lately been cast aside by a lover.
You saying I just changed my hair and bish bash bush a little younger?
Apparently so. I am told that lightening the hair can be particularly efficacious, as it evokes a youthful, almost childlike appearance in a woman.
Don't describe it that way!
Lightening is easily achieved by soaking the hair in urine.
Urine? Like stick my head in my chamber pot or something?
Aye, mayhap after you make your morning water. Fresh urine is usually preferred, for then 'tis agreeably warm when applied to the head.
Oh, gross!
Lie. That sounds mad. But if all the ladies are doing it, I might give it a try.
So close, so close, so close. It's just Emma and Humphrey at this point. I'm sure the ladies don't do that in period weeks. God, I hope they don't. God, I hope they don't. What? What are we doing now?
Good morrow, Mistress Fortescue. How may I do you, sir?
Oh, Dr. Forman, I have urgent need of your advice. Oh, woe! I know not what I am to do.
On my word, madam, I have never before seen you in such a state. Pray tell, whatever can the matter be?
'Tis my husband, Captain Fortescue. God mend me! He has been implicated in a conspiracy to commit treason.
What?
Ah, yes, your husband, Captain Henry Fortescue. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, is he not? Oh, methinks I see your problem. For Raleigh has been implicated in a plot against our new king, has he not?
Uh-oh.
It is said the plotters wished to oust the king and install the king's cousin on the throne. Or was Raleigh involved in that other plot? The one to kidnap the king and force him to appoint a more religiously tolerant privy council. In truth, there are so many plots against the English throne these days, 'tis hard to keep abreast of them all.
Indeed, I know not which plot Sir Walter was arrested for, but I have heard tell that the Privy Council seeks to find conspirators amongst his associates. Hence I have been hiding my husband in our cellar and pretending he's still away at sea.
But why would your husband fear arrest? Was he involved in Sir Walter Raleigh's plot?
Nay, he was not. But all London believes that he and Sir Walter are very great friends.
Ah, yes, I see. But what of your own friends, Mistress Fortescue? All those lords, ladies, and bishops who have so oft graced your table, would they not speak in your husband's defence?
Well, dear Emma says she will speak for my husband, but alas, she now has little influence at court on account of some scandals of her own. As for my other acquaintances, they have all disowned me. They decline my invitations, and no one is at home to me when I call upon them. Even Sir Munchalot has stopped speaking to me.
Oh no!
Parrot, madam? On my word, that is very cold.
I beseech you, sir, read the stars and tell me how I might save my husband from arrest. Pray assure me he will be safe.
Let us see, then. Is Captain Henry Fortescue in danger of being arrested for treason? If so, what might Mistress Fortescue do to prevent it?
Is deluded and has lost touch with reality. God will punish Captain Fortescue violently for his part in the conspiracy. Fortescue's family reputation is dead. They will go down in history as traitors. Whoa. The king will soon be waging a violent war in a foreign country, thus distracting him from hunting for Raleigh's co-conspirators. Whoops. About her husband's fate for the plot against the king will soon be taken far less seriously than it is now. The intelligent course for Sybil is to keep her distress a secret from the world and behave as if she has nothing to fear. Despite what she may think, Sybil Fortescue can still use her social authority and influential relationships to aid her husband. Be honest, her husband is fucked. Well, either A or C. The king won't get distracted. Definitely not. Definitely not. I have her letter of rec. It's true. It's true. Let me just make sure, actually. Yes, I do. Is it true? Is her husband fucked? Because I'm sure we'll hear a hear ye about it. This seems very hear ye. Oh, he's gonna die. Well. Alright. Ah!
Alas, I am afeard you do not grasp the full gravity of your situation, madam. Your husband is to be arrested and punished for treason.
Oh, woe, 'tis true.
Aye, and I am afeard your social position will not be so easily recovered as it was following your dinner party misadventures.
You would speak of my dinners and my social position at such an hour as this? Have you no heart, Dr. Forman? All this time I have yearned for my sweet Henry to come home to me after so many years at sea. And yet, the very moment he returns, he is to be taken from me. Oh, woe.
Madam, I did not wish to.
Nay, sir. I will not bide to hear any more of it. I shall to Whitehall go and throw myself upon the mercy of the king.
Ew. Oh, that's a shame.
Humphrey Bell, your time upon the stage.
Stage!
To extend as you advance in age. But hold, no tears, come down, resign, your child, you're just too old to earn a living wage.
Oh, God.
Good day to you, young sir. May I say, your playing of Titus Andronicus's comely mother was excellent. Well, a wondrous performance, Mr. Bell.
Yay, I did get to play the role of Tamara in the end, but it weren't on account of changing my hair, innit? Lightning made it too fair. All the other players are like, bruv, you look like a Neverlander or something.
Ah, I must own I did not account for the risk of that.
Boss man only let me keep the role because Mistress Burbage made him. This why I need your help, Doctor. For now she says I'm in her debt and she's asking me for things.
Ah, she wants her pound of flesh, does she?
Yes, she does. And she's told me in bare detail which part of my body she means to have it from.
On my word. But surely, Mr. Bell, if Mistress Burbage's attentions occasion you discomfort, you have merely to tell her so. Make it plain you wish your relationship to remain professional and bid her abstain from any amorous advances.
You what? Nay, sir. If I air her, she'll be vexed and I could lose my job. Know you what I mean?
Ah, I see, yes. If she were to take umbrage, she might use her influence over her husband to prevent you from getting work. Well, I do have a recipe for a very effective aphrodisiac. Nay? Then let us see what the stars advise. How might Humphrey Bell calm the ardour of Mistress Burbage without it costing him his career?
Oh boy. Mrs. Burbage has a choleric temperament when it comes to affairs of the heart. She prefers to be the one in charge. So with a habit for indulging in lustful passions. I mean, these both kind of,
The stars indicate that Mistress Burbage harbours an excess of choler in her heart. It has given her a somewhat dominating disposition, and such women oft show a preference for men they perceive to be submissive.
What are you saying, Doc?
Perchance if you were to adopt a more assertive, commanding demeanour, Mistress Burbage's lustful ardour may be tempered.
What you mean, like, be all hench and that? I will not lie, it's not me though, innit? You heed me.
But you are a skilled player, are you not? Think upon it as a role I have given you, as if all the world's a stage, and you are merely playing. At being, hench, as you so call it. You can do it, Mr. Bell.
Aye. Yay, methinks I can. I thank you kindly, Dr. Forman.
always happy to help. Jeez. Oh, jeez, it's getting tight with this boy. I shouldn't have said it.
Hear ye! Raleigh's ally, Henry Fortescue, arrested for treason! Hear ye!
Oh. In a raid on his house early this morning, Captain Henry Fortescue was arrested for his plot in a plot against the king. Neighbours report that he'd been hiding in his basement to escape punishment. His wife, Sybil Fortescue, formerly much renowned in royal court circles for the dinner parties, is about to fight on to prove her husband's innocence and win his freedom. They'll say that she had better get on with it, for he's convicted at his trial this evening. He will be executed tomorrow morning. Oh, dear. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, sir. That's the unfortunate truth of the world. Oh, boy.
Good even, Mr. Moore. How may I do you service?
I have a mind to take up a profession and would have your counsel on it. For I must say, your advice thus far has been most excellent. Counselling me not to marry that sly succubus Emma Dyer did veritably save my life. Indeed, I have heard it rumoured that her husbands have a lamentable habit of dying, if you follow my meaning. In short, their deaths are most unnatural and not at all accidental.
Very true.
Do you understand what I'm telling you, Foreman?
Aye, I do, Mr. Moore. Pray afford me a moment to recover from the excess of shock and surprise I do feel upon being told of the lady's true nature. Now, you say you wish to take up a profession. 'Tis a military career you're considering, I presume? You wish to distinguish yourself in battle?
Nay, 'tis a career in the church.
The church!
I have a mind to take holy orders.
You wish to become a clergyman? Pray tell, How came you by this notion?
'Twas given me by the top dog himself, the Archbishop of Canterbury. He's a hunting chum of my father's. Aye, the Archbishop is a crack shot with a musket. You should see him at it, Foreman. Give the man half an hour and a pouch of lead shot, and he'll turn your duck pond into duck soup. It seems the Archbishop has had his eye on me for quite some time.
Indeed.
I show great promise. And under his personal tutelage, I should rise very rapidly. He even said he has a mind to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
Yes, the much-coveted Bishopric of Salisbury.
But before I make my final decision, Foreman, I thought I'd better come to you first.
Aye, very wise of you. Then let us see what the stars foretell. Would my querent, Lancelot Moore, enjoy success as a clergyman?
Good angels will transform Moore, turning him away from the present course of idleness and dissipation. God will help Moore with women. London will resound with flattering gossip of Moore's piety and seriousness, thus enhancing his romantic appeal. Alright. Vile hidden motives are at work. Promises will be broken. Moore's ambitions are misguided. He's being unrealistic about his suitability for the church. Serving under the Archbishop would be unpleasant. Yeah, yes.
May I discourse frankly, sir, as someone who has guided you these many years past?
Yea, I suppose so.
Have you considered that your particular tastes and proclivities might be ill-suited to a life of service in the church?
My tastes and proclivities? Ha! If you only knew of the tastes and proclivities indulged at the Archbishop's Palace in Lambeth, I would tell you what they are, Foreman. But what occurs at Lambeth Palace bides.
At Lambeth Palace. Yes, I am well aware. But as for his offering you the Bishopric of Salisbury, well, the stars do indicate that His Grace has promised the Bishopric of Salisbury to every dean from here to the Isle of Man. He is unlikely to ever grant it to you.
Verily? He has? How very wrong of the Archbishop to make promises he does not keep. You were very right to warn me of this, for I do not think I could bide the company of such a man for long. I thank you, Foreman. You have served me well this day.
Always having help, bro.
Here comes crafty
Oh no!
What does she ask for now?
It's just her and Humphrey.
God give you good day, madam.
Good day to you, sir, and well met.
And how fares your husband, Lady Dyer? I recall you were worried for his health.
'Twas the diabetes, the disease you judged him as having. He died from wounds that never healed.
You mean the wound on his lordship's hand? But I recall you saying it was quite small.
Oh, yes, that wound was, but he acquired many more. One evening, whilst we were summering at our country estate, the stone railing of our balcony gave way, and he fell into some particularly thorny rose bushes.
Verily? How distressing. And he never recovered from the scratches?
Nay, 'twas most tragical and so forth.
Well, I am sorry to hear of your husband's but, madam, are you quite well? You do not seem yourself this day, if I may remark on it.
Dr. Forman, I am more myself than you have ever seen me, for during these past years I have been playing a role that has served me well, to be sure, but I am grown tired of it.
Oh!
Indeed, I am not proud of my dissembling. I'm not proud of some other things besides.
And doubtless you are come to unburden yourself by confessing your, what those things are.
What? Nay, of course not. As I was saying, whilst my dissimulations have afforded me wealth and status, such a life as I have lived has not fulfilled me. For though I have been married many times, and known many men,
I have always lacked one important thing.
A moral compass?
And that thing is love. In short, I have found love, Dr. Forman. And the object of my affection is not one of these privileged popinjays I've met at the royal court. Nay, 'tis a real man. A man who knows what it is to make his own way in the world.
Oh, you mean to say... You mean you and I?
Verily, upon seeing him play Tamara in Titus Andronicus at the Globe one even, I was... well, my heart was turned.
Oh, no!
You are in love with a player then, I take it.
Aye. And I wish to marry him. But first, I would know whether such a match be advisable. Is our love true? Or is my considerable coin and property where his true affections lie? Such a deception would not surprise me in truth.
Well, nay, doubtless it would not. Let us see whether the stars can tell us.
Well. Emma's Beau hides evil intentions. His head has been turned. She's deluded in her hopes. The mind of Emma's beloved is on the coin he would inherit. Well. If Emma and I were romantic partners, I would not trust her. It would be impossible to fulfill. It is cruel to deprive a man of children. Emma's relationship with her young man has changed her. Marriage between Emma and her beau would be faithful and enduring. Well, I want that fucking letter, so... yeah.
The stars bless the match between you and the young man.
They do not think it would be bad for him in some way. They do not judge.
Whoops. The chart indicates that your relationship with this young man has changed you. It would be a faithful, lasting marriage.
Verily? I must own I dared not expect such a happy ending to my story. I thank ye heartily, Dr. Forman.
Humphrey Bell, our thoughts we must disclose, for your acting is fine. You were to marry.
Wow, the Greek chorus wants his ass.
Sit down, recline upon this couch and take a little wine.
Holy shit, this Greek chorus wants the bell.
Good day, Mr. Bell. I see here in my notes the last time you came to us for counsel regarding Mistress Burbage and her tender advances.
Aye, and your advice to be dominating her were very well.
Oh,
Mr.
shit!
Burbage starts seeing in a whole new light, innit? He was well impressed when I told her to go make me some pottage before rehearsal.
If you are so eager to comport yourself like a man, Humphrey, methinks 'tis time you did so upon the stage.
Ooh.
I see. So, as well as resolving the matter with Mistress Burbage, you have also been promoted to playing male roles now. On my word, that is very well to hear.
'Tis about another lady I'm come this day. 'Tis a member of the audience who comes to all my performances and brings me flowers and sweetmeats. A mature lady. A widow, innit?
Another one. On my word, you are most ill-fortuned, Mr. Bell. Verily, are no young players safe these days from being preyed upon by lecherous old ladies?
'Tis not all ladies, Dr. Forman. Not this one, anyways. Emma ain't like any of the other ladies I've met. In truth, Dr. Forman, we wish to be wed. I love her, innit?
Ah, then what is your trouble?
Well, I've heard tell of some vexing things. There are them that say she has a heart of stone and only marries to get her hands on a man's money. Though I have none, and she's very rich. But she has been widowed many times, and there's even a rumour saying she's had a hand in her husband's deaths.
Oh, verily? How shocking.
I must own to being a trifle shook by it, and maybe a bit excited as well, but mainly shook, innit?
Excited? You're into snuff, Mr. Bell.
We must consult the stars and see whether it be wise for you to marry. Should Humphrey Bell wed this wealthy widow, and what will become of him if he does?
A death will occur on the couple's honeymoon. Oh, geez. As a creative approach to marriage is not to be trusted. Neither the lady harbors hidden motives. However, you can expect a pleasant inheritance from this lady, as she is very rich. In time, and if keeps faith, Humphrey will have children with this lady. Whoop. Lady's psychotic instincts regarding the amassing of wealth have changed. The rumors about the lady are cruel. Well, I want that letter, and perhaps Emma has redeemed herself.
Mr. Bell, it has been my privilege to guide you over the years, in matters of work and in life. Wisely, I hope, but certainly with the greatest sense of care for your well-being. Indeed, I have come to think of you as a father might think of a son. 'Tis a responsibility I have not taken lightly, and in loco parentis, as it were, I feel an obligation to...
Sir, begging your pardon, sir, but I'm going to stop you right there, because I need to know, innit? Should I marry Emma or not?
Yes. I believe you may safely marry this lady, Mr. Bell. The stars suggest the rumors you did hear about her are needlessly cruel.
So this all lies then?
Well, not quite all lies, nay. The stars do also indicate that the lady was formerly most fixated upon the acquisition of money, though it would seem she no longer harbours such pecuniary passions, such as is consistent with her desire to marry a penniless player such as yourself.
Sir, it is decided. I shall marry my dear, sweet Emma. I'd be honoured if you came to see us wed, Dr. Forman, if you be not too busy in that.
The honour shall be all mine, young Humphrey.
Aww. Shucks. Yes! Oh, I got the ball. Oh! Shut up, Mary. I don't care. Oh! Oh, I got him. Oh! Fuck you, Richard Smith. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. What?
After drinking turnip wine until she's off her
Off her shits? Huh. I never heard that turn of phrase before.
Good morrow, Mistress Payne. It has been quite some time since I last saw you. Did you ever hear from the Archbishop? I recall your husband was intending to write to him, expressing your concerns about the Continentals.
Aye, we did write, but he never replied.
Oh,
Not that
shame.
I'm surprised, mind you, as they do say that Archbishop Whitgift is a very idle man, not to speak of the unsavoury goings-on within the walls of Lambeth Palace. They say that in the great dining hall the Archbishop and his guests do feast and carouse from dusk till dawn, and 'tis said that in some of the palace rooms they indulge in fornication and sodomitical sins.
Verily, indeed. Then, doubtless that leaves him very little time to reply to every...
Truly, methinks being surrounded by such decadence and corruption of the flesh is likely to have made the Archbishop very hard.
In a manner of speaking.
So much vice would make a man very hard indeed.
Yes.
Hard, Dr. Forman? Insensible to the needs and difficulties of ordinary folk such as you and I. Verily, I do not wonder that such a hard man gave me no satisfaction. Which is why I am come to you today, Dr. Forman.
God, I hate you.
And I would have you tell me what it might have been.
I will if I can, madam. Prithee, describe it to me.
Well, at first was the noise of a boat that did awaken me. I got up out of bed and went to the window to see what was. As you know, on 4th Street we are right by the banks of the Thames. In the moonlight, I could just make out a ferry crossing the river, loaded up with large barrels.
And you thought it suspicious?
Aye, indeed, for the hour was very late and the boat's lamp was not lit. I did not wake Mr. Payne to ask his opinion, for, in truth, he has told me he wishes to hear no more about the things I see from our window. So, I am come to you, for I can have no rest until I know who those men were and what they were doing. Who knows what foul deeds may be afoot in Lambeth Town? Mayhap the men I saw were Catholic spies, engaging in some manner of nefarious plot against the realm.
Oh God, stop talking.
Let's see. What does God have to say regarding this boat you saw crossing the Thames last night? Was it some kind of elaborate Catholic plot, or is there a more likely explanation?
Ugh. Mrs. Plan is unpleasant and delusional, yes. Mrs. Fane wants to change the world. This is the integrity she intends to lead, yes. She's unhappy with her children. They are doubtless grown up and are now neglecting her. Ho-ho! I wish I could choose that one. The goods the goods the boat was transporting were of questionable provenance, okay. Boat journey was undertaken for evil purposes. Information should be reported to the authorities, ideally a friend or acquaintance with some connection to them. The ambitions of disloyal, untamed forces are at play here. I'll just tell her what she wants.
You did well to come to me, Mistress Payne. The stars confirm that the events you witnessed last night do indeed portend of doings of a most foul and sinister nature. I will pass your information on to one of my querents, whom I may not name, but who is a member of Her Majesty's Secret Service and reports directly to Her Majesty's Privy Council.
I knew I could rely upon you, Dr. Forman. You and I doing such important work together. We make quite the team, do we not?
Oh, God.
I would not say that, precisely.
Do not be falsely modest, Dr. Forman. False modesty is naught but the sin of vanity in disguise. Now, I must to home hasten to tell my neighbours. Forsooth, I must warn them of this grave threat and bid them keep a watchful eye on our local Catholics. Blessed day, Dr. Forman.
Oh, God, I hate you.
Hear ye, hear ye! Catholic terror plot to blow up Parliament foiled!
Oh, shit, it was real!
Senna! Hear ye!
Disturbing reports just in from Westminster that barrels of gunpowder were discovered in a cellar under the House of Parliament late last night. Sources indicate that this gunpowder plot was a Catholic conspiracy led by Robert Catesby and assisted by a continental by the name of Guido Fawkes. Oh God, you're back already. I guess we're just finishing stories at this point. But for now, let's laugh at her and how her niece loves. Cock!
Good day, Mistress Payne. You seem in good cheer.
That I am, Dr. Forman. This day I am taking my niece on a lovely outing to see the cockfighting in Vauxhall.
Oh!
There is a cockpit in Vauxhall now, is there?
Aye, and a very fine one. And I did think we need a nice day out to turn our minds away from that terrible affair of the Catholics plotting to blow up the Houses of Parliament. And my niece does so love the cocks.
Uh-oh.
Yes, madam. And the gunpowder plot was indeed a terrible business.
They say it was the doings of a group of young Catholic nobles from the Midlands, do they not? And that the gunpowder was ferried across the Thames at Lambeth under cover of darkness. Doubtless, 'twas the very same boat I did tell you about, Dr. Forman. And of course, I must congratulate you for recognizing how right I was to be suspicious of that boat I saw. Now, I bid you tell me, and do not be coy, Dr. Forman, was it your relaying of my information to the authorities that foiled the gunpowder plot? Did you and I save England from the Catholics?
I am afraid, madam, that I am not at liberty to confirm nor deny my involvement in the matter.
Ah, but oh my days! Are you ill, Dr. Forman? Mayhap we are both troubled with the same disease, for my eyes do also twitch and prick with pain.
I did remark the condition of your eyes. They
oh,
very
you're
red in
actually...
appearance, and you seem troubled with a hacking cough. For how long have you had these troubles?
Only these past few days, and as well as my eyes and my cough, I do also find it a trifle...
Oh my God, we're actually...
Then let us now consult the stars. What ails Mistress Mary Payne?
An actual disease of Mary Payne, because I don't remember actually diagnosing her of anything. Grace suffering from the green sickness, a disease that can provoke short witnesses, owning up to a build of venereal frustration. No. Grace suffering from bloodshot eyes, a condition characterized by red, itchy eyes. Well, I mean, it's true. Lungs have been harmed by the inhalation of noxious odors. Well, no, this would do all of it.
Madam, your symptoms are occasioned by noxious odours. Most likely you did lately inhale a large volume of smoke. Mayhap your chimney requires cleaning.
Indeed it does not, Dr. Forman. My cleanliness is unimpeachable. I have my maidservants scour the house from top to bottom every day.
Ah, then I cannot be sure what has occasioned your... Hold. What is that acrid odour? Methinks it does emanate from your clothing. Madam, have you been taking part in the anti-Catholic pogroms that Lambeth has witnessed these past days? The burning of houses and shops. The lynching of priests from trees upon Lambeth Green.
Mayhap I have, and what of it? You should be congratulating me and my ilk for keeping you safe.
Oh,
and for
damn.
sending a clear message to those Catholics who would plot against our parliament and blow us up with gunpowder.
Madam, these Catholics are our neighbours, our colleagues, and our friends. I beseech you to consider your actions, madam. Are not Catholics people too, just as we are? If you prick them, do they not bleed?
I hate this bitch.
And their flesh does burn the same and all. I fear I do not follow your reasoning, Dr. Forman.
Are they not subject to the same diseases, healed by the same cures as we are? And if not cured, then, alas, taken so soon, so needlessly. I did never have the chance to...
Oh, Avis.
Oh, my sweet Avis. Can you ever forgive me?
Is something the matter with you, Dr. Forman? On my honor, you do seem most troubled. Mayhap you should be going to consult with a doctor yourself. God keep you well, Dr. Forman. Blessed day.
Oh, man. I wish you would die. Oh, got it.
Hear ye! London struck by plague. Playhouses closed by order of the king. Hear ye!
Oh no! My hear ye, man! Be advised that you are experiencing the following plague symptoms: fever, abdominal pain, lumps on your groin, oozing foul pus. So, when local authorities and a team of carpenters will be dispatched to your place of residence to board up your house so they may not roam about infecting others. Be sure dead loved ones are ready to be deposited in the plague cart when it passes each evening. Corpses deposited on the street outside of collection hours will incur a fine of 1 shilling. Oh, Jesus. Well, we have seen that this man is interested in more than his job.
God give you good day, your grace. How fare you this...
Know you whether the plague will reach as far as Lambeth? Have you seen it in the stars?
Ah, the plague that has begun to spread throughout London. Rest assured, your grace, if the plague does indeed reach Lambeth, the people of Lambeth will have me, Dr. Simon Forman, at their service. My renowned strong water cure will doubtless be required.
I bid you, read the stars for me now. Will or will it not reach Lambeth?
Of course, as it pleases your grace. Let us see what the stars have to say. Will the London plague reach beyond the city walls to Lambeth?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. The rumors of the plague reaching Lambeth are not credible. Death from plague is God's punishment for our sins. As there is nothing fear for the plague, he is but to exercise patience that the threat will pass. His Archbishop's duty stay in Lambeth and help fight the plague. Well, Archbishop must embark upon a voyage. Lambeth society may be peaceful now, but people can behave unpredictably during a grave health crisis. This is probably the one.
Ah, yes. The stars are most clear on the matter. Very clear indeed.
Then what do they say? Tell me!
Well, before I give you my answer, I would have your decision on granting me that medical license we spoke of on your previous visits. I am sorry, Your Grace, but I must insist upon it.
I would gladly do so, but I find my hands tied due to various episcopal and doctrinal... As I see you are determined not to let the matter rest, I will speak true. Some years ago, the Queen's physician, Dr. Richard Smith, did write me a letter on behalf of the College of Physicians. He warned me in the strongest terms against granting you a medical license. So you see, I cannot grant you a license without raising the ire of the College of Physicians.
That bastard!
But now, Dr. Forman, doubtless you are thinking that a man of my position, one of the most powerful men in England, should not be so easily put off by such a letter. However, and methinks you know this from your own experience, the college is a terrifying organization that will stop at nothing to get their way. One would be better off defying the Queen herself than the licensed doctors of London. For whilst our Lord God in heaven may be merciful, the College of Physicians is not.
Aye, verily. I must own that what you say is very true.
But mayhap I will furnish you with a letter of recommendation to the University of Cambridge. They may confer upon you a medical degree, and thereby a medical license.
I thank you, Your Grace.
Now, prithee, answer my question.
I have bad news, Your Grace. Lambeth will not escape the plague this time. Things are quiet now, but as I learned during the plague of '92, events may change apace. You must leave Lambeth before it's too late.
I feared as much. I must begin preparations for the removal of the palace household to Sussex.
Before you go, Your Grace, I believe you were intending to write me a letter.
I mean, I already have it.
Well, indeed, I will reflect on the quality of advice you have given me over the years, and if I judge that you have acted with some skill, then I will have my chaplain draft you a letter of recommendation and have it sent to you. Good day, Dr. Forman.
I mean, you already have it. I think this is it. This is everybody. So, thank you for your recent submission of several letters of recommendation. I'm pleased to inform you that these letters, being of sufficient quality and number, have been credited towards the obtaination of a medical degree. Please find and close your license to practice medicine. Woo! Woo! Thank you, John! What's happening? What is happening? Hello. Ah! Ho-ho! Woohoo! I hope so!
You cannot board up my house! 'Tis not a plague house! You are mistaken! I do not have the plague!
Well, that sucks.
Let me out of here! Know you not who I am, you fools? I am Simon Forman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic! Fie upon those ungrateful wretches! Have I not always been there for them when they needed me? Am I not the doctor who risked his life to cure them during the plague of '92, when all the other doctors and their high-born friends fled London and left them to die? Indeed, mayhap next time I will think again before risking my life in the service of the townsfolk, if this is the way I'm to be repaid. And forsooth, if my deeds are so easily forgotten by the living, what chance is there for my work to be remembered by generations to come? What will the world know of me once I'm gone?
I guess we'll find out, huh? They speaks of quiet violence exacted by a genteel woman with hidden motives. The truth. Forever giving something valuable to a psychopath to hide somewhere. Forsooth, how strange. Whatever could that be? A potion comprised of costly ingredients? It will be mentioned in court during a famous legal battle. This is actually what happened. It'll be a long time before my ingenious contributions are properly recognized by historians. Yeah. Still, I should myself will change when I embark upon a voyage. To wit, my death will occur while traveling. Good angels assure the manner of my death serves as a testament to the intelligence, accuracy, and soundness of my methods as an authority in the field of astrological science. Oh, as much as I would love to give you a hopeful thing, my dude, I think going with the historically correct thing is the thing to do.
It seems I am to be remembered for being named in a case against two ladies who quietly killed someone, meaning they poisoned him. How monstrous! If such unsavory tales are ever to be told, I pray they do not overshadow my accomplishments, for my work is of great historical importance. And now that I have a medical license, not even the College of Physicians has the power to discredit me. But if I am to go forth into the world to make any further contributions to the advancement of medical science, I must find a way to pry these wretched boards off my front door. William! William! Fetch me a crowbar!
Ago in England in 1590,
and that was Astrologaster.
And all of it is true. Through all of London, bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled. Might have been because he was too sick to leave his bed.
Forman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to restore London's to health.
Huzzah! 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 Huzzah!
Oh, this was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed this game from beginning to end. Hilarious most of the way through, but like the few times it got serious and sad, it did a really, really good job. From the Wellcome Trust was co-funded by the European Union Creative Europe. Wow. Biolino. A true and truly ridiculous story. Oh, da, 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 da. Alright, so we have, of course, the second stream today. I am going to end the current stream. I am going to end the current stream. I will be back. I gotta use the restroom real quick. The reason I'm going to end the stream is because it'll separate both games into their own videos, which will make it easier to throw them up on the YouTube when I do that. So, go ahead and enjoy a lunch break, my fellow workshop apprentices. We will be back with Resident Evil Village gameplay demo for however long we can play that today. So, I'll see you in a short while.